Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is a little bit blockbuster and it's going to get very tasty when we get into the details of what we've heard today in relation to 3 Chelsea players. Oh boy, it's all starting now, isn't it? And I'm going to give you an update in relation to our transfer window so far, which has been non-existent, just like our neighbours over at Arsenal and Tottenham. I mean, to be honest, they've actually been done. Like, we haven't actually lost out on any signings technically. We haven't even pursued anyone. That's the problem. We've only tried to get Emerson back to the club. Arsenal and Spurs are losing signings left, right and centre. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's not as bad as them, but it's still not good for us. Anyway, before we get into the latest and the news and what has gone down today, be sure to catch me on my Twitch as I am streaming there, link in the description, and also my second channel where I upload clips from my Twitch streams over there, including gaming, including reactions, including conversation with all of you. So make sure you check those out, links in the description, and enjoy. Let's get into this. So, we've had breaking news today. In the last few days, we've had news in relation to Chelsea attackers being unhappy. And then we had Pulisic at the United States men's national team press conference before the United States played, talking about how at Chelsea, you know, it's been a little bit tough and it's been it hasn't been easy, and the fact that he's been playing all sorts of different positions and whatnot. And to be honest, with what Pulisic said in that press conference, nothing controversial. But his name is one of 3 that has come out today with what I'm about to show you now. So, let's get into it. This is the latest. Breaking. Werner, if things don't change, is looking to leave Chelsea. Breaking. Werner, if things don't change, is looking to leave Chelsea. There's a sense Pulisic will do the same, and Ziyech, up until recently, was looking to leave Chelsea. All 3 players will listen to offers from other clubs. This came from Matt Law, talking on the London is Blue podcast earlier on today. And, 3 of these players, these are the 3 people, Werner, Pulisic and Ziyech, could all be out of the club this summer. It's getting interesting now. We all had a little bit of an idea of maybe who the players were early on in the week when we were talking about who's unhappy. You remember Chelsea attackers unhappy? All right, it's not all of them. Which ones are unhappy? Oh, I think now we've just been given our answer. It looks like this is probably why we haven't seen Werner play. Werner's not been playing. Pulisic is unhappy because he's not being played in this position as frequently as he'd like. And I'd like to think, as I've said with Miz and Matisse and a few of the other guys, the circumstances we were in is very easy to understand as to why he had to play in those positions. You know, when Chilwell and Reece James were out injured, we don't have any wing-backs. The only ones we could turn to, Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi done a shift there. Pulisic had a little bit more shifts there. But understandable. When Lukaku and Werner were out, and then on top of that, we lost Kai Havertz. You remember, we didn't have anyone to play up top. Pulisic was the only option. So as a professional, I'd like to think he understands that. You know? But hey, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he wants to leave, he wants to leave. And it's not just him, as I've said, Werner, him, and Hakim Ziyech. Now, Ziyech has just put in a 10 out of 10 performance that we've seen most recently against Tottenham. Can he do that consistently? I'd hope so. But this is the problem with our entire group of attackers. There's no consistency. So at the end of the day, how do I feel about this? Werner, Pulisic and Ziyech all looking to leave the club in the summer. As I said in my video a few days ago, anyone else looking to leave, you know where the door is. It's as simple as that. I don't care who they are. At this point, anyone in this Chelsea squad, right? If they want to go, they go. See you later. I've got no real proper emotional attachment now. I've separated that. I've tried to do it with managers after getting heartbroken so many times. And with TT, it's difficult. But we've got to change the structure at this club. We can't be keeping players who don't have their hearts in it, who are looking to go elsewhere. And then we end up going with them over the manager who we should be trying to build the team around. I don't get that logic. Like, you know, that is what the priority should be. Thomas Tuchel, who deserves the chance to be able to build what he wants to build now, seeing as he's won the flipping Champions League and done what he's done, all these cup finals and whatnot, in his first calendar year, we need to change the way we do things at Chelsea Football Club. Now, allow some stability with this manager who's proven that he deserves some stability. It's not even a case of, this manager's not good enough. He is good enough. We know that. You're not going to get another Tuchel. You already got a Pep and a Klopp. You're not going to get anyone else. It's as simple as that. Stick with this guy and back him. This transfer window has not been that, if I'm being completely honest. However, January, you can, I guess, understand from time to time, until when you see little bits of information flying about that Chelsea are not moving. But when it comes to players, if their hearts are in it, they're in it. If they're not, you know where the door is. And this is why I'm saying what I've been saying about Lukaku. Because I know his heart's not in it. And I just know that I feel like we've been manipulated. I don't like getting manipulated. It's one of my pet peeves. Anyone tries to manipulate me, it's a red cross. You're out. See you later. I don't want anything to do with you. Right? And with Lukaku, I felt like that is what he's done to all of us. Felt like we were the only option on the table. So this is why, you know, when I see these sort of signs, I'm like, look, you know where the door is. See you later. Chelsea Football Club will be here with or without you. Chelsea Football Club will outlive all of us. Let's have it right. You know, it's the big thing that you've got to look after here. Nothing and no one comes before the club. That's it. So in the best interest of the way that we're doing things right now, hopefully to back Thomas Tuchel, if anyone doesn't want to be here, see you later, and we'll look to replace them in the summer. Now, this is where my concern is in terms of flipping replacing, because right now it doesn't look like we are doing anything in terms of transfers. You know, let's jump into the last two bits of news that I've got for all of you, from Simon Johnson and from Matt Law as well. But on the last point, I do want to make about Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech. At the end of the day, I reckon there needs to be an overhaul in our attacking line. I think we need to try and revamp ourselves in that area of the pitch again. If it means these players need to leave for us to get better players in, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Even though I like Timo Werner and his character, if he doesn't want to be here, see you later. Pulisic, I feel like he's got loads of potential. I feel like that, you know, he can become a top player. If he's not going to do it here and he wants to go, see you later. Ziyech, he's meant to be in his prime right now. If he's putting in performances like he did most recently and he wants to do that here, cool. If he doesn't and he wants to go, see you later. That's it. It's pretty easy to understand. Now, let's get into the latest on the January transfer window and going into the summer. Because right now, as I've said earlier on in the video, it's not looking very good. Here's the latest. So, from Simon Johnson, it is now a likely scenario Chelsea are not going to make any signings now. That Sarr has emerged as a credible option to fill in for Chilwell. Sarr's progress is appreciated by the board, club and Tuchel, and he is a popular member of the squad. I have to say, this is bittersweet because I'm happy for Malang Sarr and I love what he's been doing. And yes, this is true. I kind of agree with it. The fact that he has stepped forward as an option now. And great. Right, up until when Chilwell comes back, which is going to be the end of the season. So right now it means Malang Sarr is our next left-sided defensive option, alongside Marcos Alonso, of course. So yes, do we need to buy anyone in that aspect? Realistically, no. But at the same time, I'd like to think that when you've got a Gersons, for example, flying about, you're going to try and go for him. Especially for peanuts in the manner that Inter Milan got him for. Do you know what I mean? If the names are good enough, right, to come in and compete with a Ben Chilwell in that position, then cool. Now, if Malang Sarr does what I think no player at Chelsea has managed to do in recent times, which is change position and then completely outperform the other player in that position and become one of the first options in that position. So if Malang Sarr, for example, was to actually be fully converted to a left back and all of a sudden he's competing with Ben Chilwell, that's miraculous. That's something none of us saw coming, right? And I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be honest. I think this is just a temporary solution up until the end of the season. Now, if it means that we can't get any top targets this month and we're waiting for the summer because that's when we can get top targets, okay. But it has to be the summer. It has to be the summer. This summer, we need to go mental in terms of bringing in players that are going to suit TT. And not allowing ourselves to be short in positions like we have done this season in certain areas. We can't do that again. We really can't. So, for this, at the moment, okay. But in the summer, we have to do good business. Now, the last bit is about our defence, and this is from Matt Law. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I think Chelsea will try and jump the gun on Jules Kounde. They'll be worried of some kind of summer auction. Chelsea have a very good relationship with his agent, and Kounde was very, very upset he didn't join Chelsea in the summer. Again, that was Matt Law on the London is Blue podcast. So, Jules Kounde, I do think Chelsea are going to go for, even if Rudiger stays, which right now it's actually looking like that might happen because Christensen, I'm quite certain now, is going to be leaving the club. Azpilicueta, I'm quite certain now, is going to be leaving the club. The latest with Azpi is that he wants 2 years and a further option, whereas Chelsea are only offering 1 year and a further option. And Barcelona are coming in swooping because of, them being free agents and all of that. They might actually try and sign the both of them, the way it's standing at the moment, Barcelona being completely broke. So, it would actually be good business for them, for Azpi and for Christensen. But that would mean that we do need to go and get defenders. Jules Kounde definitely being one of them. The other one being rumoured is Nicolas Sula, who I've already spoken about in yesterday's video, on a free transfer, that would be. So that's not bad at all. But Kounde, I think, is someone Chelsea desperately want. And yes, we didn't get him last summer. I think he does come this summer. If I'm being real, I think that will happen. I'll be shocked if it doesn't happen. And if it doesn't happen, we've got issues. As simple as that. We've got issues. Now, that's the latest in terms of Chelsea. What I do want to end the video with is what Liverpool have been doing. Liverpool are on a madness. Liverpool about to get Diaz from Porto, who was linked with a move to Tottenham. Even Arsenal apparently were linked at some point. But Tottenham were the ones that were actually meant to go and make a bid, and they were meant to be talking and whatnot. Liverpool have come in 37 million. Boom. Diaz, thank you very much. Someone who I think is going to complement Liverpool very well. On that wing, they have options now. They have good options. Imagine Salah, Mane, Jota, Diaz. And then they've got Firmino, Origi. They've got decent, very, very, very decent backups for their main men. And when those backups come in, they become the main men. That is identifying the targets that you need. That's good scouting. You know what I mean? Man City about to get Alvarez from River Plate, who I've already mentioned. That's good scouting. What are we doing? The thing is, this window, I haven't even seen a link. Normally, when a club starts trying to make, moves or is analysing a player, you tend to hear little whispers. Oh, Chelsea are monitoring this player. Chelsea are looking at that player. Chelsea... There's been nothing. The only thing I've heard is Chelsea are trying to get Emerson back. Right? And then we got told to get lost. And then we went back and you're like, yo, Leon, listen, I've got some cash. Do you want some cash? Can give you some compensation. And they looked at us and went... Get lost. Did you not hear me clear the first time? I told you to get lost. And then, after hearing that, we went, yeah, but Leon, listen. Listen. Come on. Here's some compensation. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying here. Yeah? I'm giving you money to give us our player back. And Leon have gone, I don't know what language you think I'm talking right now. Right? I don't know if you think I'm talking Chinese or Japanese or Korean or some ancient language that no one talks anymore. But I told you guys to get lost. And Chelsea have finally gone, okay. Okay. And that took about 3 weeks. That's all I've heard. Chelsea have, yeah. Oh, yeah, and we were linked with a Dest. Very, very briefly, and that just disappeared. So, what are we doing in terms of scouting? Nothing. So we'll see what happens. City making moves, Liverpool making moves. Are we making moves? No. Anyway, in fact, we might have players leaving, and then we'll have to see what happens. So, yeah, it is what it is. Welcome to Chelsea, people. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all the news that I've given you today. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Don't forget, check out my second channel on my Twitch as well for regular streams on there. And I will see all of you very, very soon. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.